This time we are talking about the study guide for the Trig transformations test, law of sines, and law of cosines test. So here we are going to give you, or you have the instructions for 1 through 6, and we're using this equation here to answer those 6 questions. So here you see 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. You're going to deal with the amplitude, the period, the new tick marks, the phase shift, and what direction it moves, the vertical shift, and what direction that moves, and then 6 is graphing the function. So we're going to do all of that here because all of it goes together. So let's start off with writing the function down here. So let's take a look at number 1, which says find the amplitude. And we know here, when we write out our problem, we know these are the parts that come. So we know our amplitude is just A. So here, number 1 is simply A equals 3. Bam, that's it. Number 2. Says find the period. Now we know with period, we know that formula is 2 pi over k. And for those that are saying, Mr. Hall, are you going to give us that formula for on the test? No, I'm not. So again, like I told you before, they don't give that in the final exam, so you need to make sure you know that for the final exam and for my class. So here we're looking at k. And remember, when we talked about this in the notes before, whenever we have a fraction, that means we can rewrite this so that's 1 over 4 theta. Simply because there's an understood 1 in front of theta. We know that. It's understood to be right there. So we can write 1/4 theta. So that means, for this problem, k equals 1 over 4. K is 1 over 4. That's it. Now, to put it into the period formula that we have, it's going to be 2 pi over 1 over 4. All right. And then from there, we do keep, change, flip. So we keep the pot 2 pi, change the multiplication, and we are going to flip this part here. Keep, change, flip. So keep that, change the multiplication, and flip that. So that means our period is 8 pi. Oh no, running out of ink. 8 pi. So that's what we're looking for our period. Alright, for our new tick marks, using the same formula again, we got to remember what our original tick marks are. And again, we have 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. And just like you had in the warm-up before, like we've done it this recently, we divide each one of these by k. And again, we just found out what k was on number 2. So for this problem here, we're going to divide each one of these by k. So that's going to be 0 divided by 1/4. That's going to be pi over 2 divided by 1/4. It's going to be pi divided by 1/4. 3 pi over 2 divided by 1/4. And 2 pi divided by 1/4. And for each one of these, we're doing keep, change, flip. So that means on each one of them, if we flip our denominator, each one of these is going to be pretty much being multiplied by 4. Just like we had for our period. Everything's going to be just multiplied by 4. So let's do that really quickly. So we know, first off, anything divided by 0 divided by anything is 0. We know here it's going to be pi over 2 times 4 over 1. Keep, change, flip. For the next one, it's pi times 4 over 1. Keep, change, flip. 3 pi over 2 times 4 over 1. Keep, change, flip again. And the last one, 2 pi times 4 over 1. keep, change, flip. Okay, then now we just go ahead and multiply them and simplify it down. Again, 0 stays 0. Multiply straight across, that's 4 pi over 2. Multiply straight across again, that's 4 pi over 1, which is 4 pi. Here, that's 12 pi over 6. And here, multiply straight across, that is 8 pi over 1, or 8 pi. And finally, and when it comes to your test, make sure you simplify it down as far as possible. That gives us 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, and 8 pi. Okay, so those are our new tick marks. All right, number 4 says, what is the phase shift? And with phase shift, we know that that formula, again, is negative c over k. And again, that formula is not given to you on the test, so I'm not giving it to you on our test either, so you got to make sure you remember that formula. And we already know what k is, because we've been using that over and over for the last 2 questions. So k is 1/4. What is your c here from this problem? It's pi. And again, remember, if that was negative pi, that means c would be negative pi. If it's positive pi, then c is positive pi. So you take the sign with it. All right, so here we do negative c over k, and we simplify it down. So negative pi over 1/4. And just like we've been doing it, we do keep, change, flip. Negative pi times 4/1. And so our phase shift is negative 4 pi. And again, since c is a positive number, do we go left or do we go right? We go left because we go opposite of what you think. So left means positive, right means negative. Opposite of what you think. All right, and then number 5, where's your vertical shift? And that one should have been very quick and easy to do, because remember, vertical shift is h back here. So here, our vertical shift, or h, is negative 2. And so here, when it comes to our direction, where does it go? It goes down 2. And again, make sure you do not say it goes down negative 2, because that negates what you just said. So it only goes down 2. All right, in the next video, we're going to go ahead and graph it.